17 ducats of interest a month. 22 loans. Ouch. I believe is what we should say to that. Let's go and mothball you. The heavies have been mothballed already, right? Yes, they have. I could invest in a new idea. I think I want to wait until we can get the military technology. Pomerania is planning to attack Sweden. And I really want the admin idea so I can get trade. France is still influencing the knights. Temple city of Cholula. We have conquered the city of Cholula, an ancient temple city dedicated to the worship of Quetzalcoatl and the major Mesoamerican pilgrim site. Throughout the city there are hundreds of temples to the pagan gods, and a steady stream of natives travel here every year. Well, I made a tiny bit of cash for that. Right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1. Select. New leader. Conquistador. Evander Hepburn. Ooh, nice shock. I want you to hunt for the 7 cities. Off you go. Yeah, I've just been growing too rapidly. That's why. And it was actually the... really caused the bankruptcy. I'm not bankrupt yet. I can recover from this. Like I said, it'll take a while. The bankruptcy might well be quicker. Problem is I'm going to have a lot of rebels. And I can't deal with those while I'm bankrupt. So no, this would be a terrible time to do that. Because of years of separation is still a thing. But at least Nova Scotia should be earning me more and more money. Oh, national unrest. That's a good one. It's normal for Mordred to go into loans. Yeah, so different from my usual, like, fiscal policy. Usually I hate taking loans and debts and stuff. They're just too tempting in this game. It's good that they're more expensive. It is very good that they are more expensive now. Sligo, quite frankly, you can deal with that yourself. You still haven't converted Donegal. You're taking too long. I'm going to start annexing you. Because I'm far ahead of everything else. Yeah, we're going to do that. Sligo. Annex. Confirm. It's my advisor in Aztec. I think he was. Oops. Yep. Totonac. Accommodation with the natives, lose 1 ferocity. How are the colonies doing over there? Both just building. Oh no, St. Martin's almost there. Okay. Another conversion. Just keep going, I would say. Although I really do need to convert these as well, but I want to make this area as stable as possible for the colonial nation when it appears. That's not going to be far off. One Koya Lapan's done. 2 of a kind. A level 3 diplomat. I can't afford it. No. Where did I start colonizing in Canada? I initially did start in Canada, then cancelled the colony there once I got access to the Caribbean. It's Castile. Spain does not exist. Advancement of religion, what's that do? No, that is increasing institution cost. Or reducing spread. Both are bad. And now you guys are fighting each other because I completely destroyed the balance of power in that area. My bad! Sorry, but completely and utterly not sorry. No, still mercantilism. Austria is no longer a valid rival. Ooh. Really? Interesting. Meanwhile, Bohemia's picking on Lithuania. Is Bohemia independent? They are. They broke free of the shenanigans that Austria was putting on them. France is in Texas. Yes, they are. Yeah, France is starting to colonize a little more aggressively. You travelled through the Midlands. Okay. Sligo, why do you suck so hard when fighting rebels? Like, you just have no standing armies. You have a fair amount of wealth here. You're just terrible at building armies. Hey, Black Mesa. How are France's religious issues? That's a good question. We've gained a core. New trade good. Scottish Mexico? No. This is, whoops, Central Nova Scotia. Ok. Triangle trade. When European nations started to colonize North and South America, they created large plantations for the production of cotton, tobacco, and sugar. First, they tried to use the local population in slaves, but they quickly died out where this was tried. Slaves were then imported from Africa, who created a triangular trade system. Europe sold textiles, Rome manufactured goods to Africa, Africa sold slaves to America, and America sold cotton, sugar, and tobacco to Europe. Price of slaves increases by 50%, and I gain a bunch of money. So apparently I am the slaver-in-chief. Why do you have a crest? Goal-orientated. I find that awfully suspicious. I really want to pay off a loan, but I also need to kill them. Oh, okay, they don't have a crest anymore. Let's move you somewhere safer, like Lethane. Let's cancel army maintenance. And let's repay some loans. By some loans, I mean let's repay a loan. Oh, I can convert. Let's do that. Ah, so you did take all of that land in one big chunk. Good. My cunning plan worked. Which means they're going to have to spend a small fortune in admin to core it all and to convert it all. But that's one less thing for me to worry about.
Ready to serve, my lord.
Hey, Ben's people. I'm only going to be streaming for another 15 minutes or so, but hello and welcome. Then I need to go and get something to eat. Military technology, standardization of caliber, chambered demi-cannon. This is where artillery starts getting useful. Royal marriage? Sure. So Martin is now prospering. Let's go to Boric. Boric, and apparently. Sligo have insulted me. That is unwise. Admin! Yes! Can now build plantations, but more importantly, I can get trade ideas. And with that, we are going to focus Diplo. Will I stream later too? No, this is going to be it for today because I'm going to be doing the multiplayer with the patrons. But I'm not going to be streaming that because I'm trying to get my partnership, which means I can't stream the unpopular stuff. It's all about viewership now. But that's only going to be for the next month. I don't think I'll actually make it, but hey, it's worth a shot. Because of the streams where I was being hosted by Shenrir, has massively increased my average viewership for the last month. Free merchant. Ah, yeah. Where do I want to send you? I mean, North Tea I have a lot of control of, but virtually all of the money is already going south. Well, no, it's been divided. No, we should probably transfer you south. Bordeaux all being sent to Champagne. Champagne could feed into us. I mean, there's a lot already going there. Most of it's going south. That'll be France pushing it, though. I just don't have control over it. Then otherwise it'll be the Caribbean, which is currently going to Seville. Because of Portugal. So is the North Sea really the best use? I mean, that basically gave me another 2 ducats there. So yeah, so I'd say when I get my next merchant, then we'll do that. Hey, Core Healer, Shen brought me here. Glad to be here. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And yeah, a lot of people joined from when Shen hosted me those couple of times when I was doing Stellaris at the same time as him. Conversion successful. Good. And that's really cool, because I like watching Shen as well. Is there a free way to support me? Watch the ads. Not on Twitch. The Twitch ads don't actually give me anything. The best way to support me would be watch the YouTube channel, actually, if you want to do it for free. Or, if you have an Amazon Prime account, link that Amazon Prime account to here and you get a free subscription. And that does pay me a lot more than the adverts ever would. I found the Viking because of Pendor. Many people found me because of Pendor. I'm really looking forward to Bannerlord. I have a feeling that Bannerlord's going to be a big hit on this channel. It has become clear to us that the Queen Consort is a woman with a heart of gold. That's nice. Gain legitimacy or lose a bunch of money. No, I'm not paying money to the common folk. Repay another loan. Sounds good to me. I've missed a bunch of follows. I am sorry about that. Caligard. Harry Belafonte. Etnis. Ask Dao Pa questions. Oh, ask the opaque questions, I think. Thank you all for the follows, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm fairly confident that Bannerlord is going to be out relatively soon. I'm somewhat surprised that they have not announced a release yet. Global trade power plus 20%. Glorious! Just trying to think, is there anything else I need this for? No, we're far enough ahead. Do it. And thankfully, because I paid off most of my corruption, ideas don't cost a fortune anymore. Ooh, Pomerania. Hammering Sweden. Pomerania is growing really big. They could well be another colonizer. Sweden will pay 7 ducats. They lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces. And of course Pomerania took out Norway as well. The Mamluks have rivaled me. Uh-oh. Everyone's rivaling me. Stop rivaling me! How blobby is Russia? Oh, Russia is ridiculous. Of course. Having taken half of Scandinavia. The Ottomans, though, not doing great. They really have been like the whipping boy of this game. Ooh, my money income has suddenly gone up to 10 ducats, even with my huge amount of interest. I think it was from Pendor who discovered me as well. Yeah, Pendor was a really good start. So usually the first... Oh, that was another event. For usually the first, like, 500 to 1,000 subs on YouTube are really difficult to get. But thankfully, because I was a Pendor developer, I had kind of that instant access, and then also advertising on Facebook helped a lot. I got a lot of initial views from Facebook because of that. And then once I hit like 500, it was able to kind of grow of its own accord. Goods have been moved across continents since antiquity, but where this was previously limited to a set number of routes and goods, such as manufactured goods of India and China, finding their way across the Indian Ocean along the Silk Road, All trade is now increasingly becoming part of a greater network. With the discovery of the Americas, sea routes around Africa and the crossing of the Pacific Ocean, local trade networks are being connected to the one world-spanning interconnected web. We've read that one before. Okay, so Age of Reformation is ending, and then we'll be on the Age of Absolutism. I have no idea if I'm going to be doing as well there as I have from this. Discovered you playing Prussia, but then watched Twitch much later. That Prussia series was awesome. Still one of my favourite nations to play as Prussia. Not quite as long-winded as... actually, was it? Probably was about as long-winded as March of the Vikings was. And that series, man, March of the Vikings still gets tons of views. It's kind of crazy. Maybe declare the Golden Age before the end of the Age. The problem is, it doesn't really get me anything right now. I just feel like this is better triggered later, when, like, goods produced, you actually have a bigger empire to get the goods from. Do doctrines exist right now? They exist in Rule Britannia, which I have access to. So yes, I am using doctrines currently. More specifically, I am using the plus 33% trade doctrine, because, oh my gosh, it's amazing. It makes you so much money. I almost actually finished converting everyone. It's taken about 100 years, but we're almost there. 1603. Oh, if Sligo loses to this, that would be bad. Can you please kill them? Don't recall Age of Absolutism requirements. How realistic will getting 3 of them be? Fairly realistic. I'm a globe-spanning empire. And usually if you're, like, spread out, it's not too hard. Right, so I have a free diplomat. Are you guys still all vassals? You're not. Do I have a truce with you? I do. I don't have a truce with you, though. And that would allow me to pick on Quiche. And you guys really don't care about the fact that I've been gobbling your neighbours up. Interesting. In that case, I'm going to build a spy network in Quiche. I'm going to start getting some claims on you. Although, will my claims carry over to my vassal? Not 100% sure they will. Some more mercantilism, yes please. Double down on that juicy trade. Who got global trade? That's a good question. Naples, Aragon. Which is not a bad choice. Aragon's actually a really good nation for trading. Underappreciated, those guys are. I should do a game as Aragon one of these days. They've been on my list for quite a long time. France has declared war on the Ottomans. Everyone's just picking on the poor old Ottomans now. The poor old Ottomans. 3 words you never thought I would say. How close am I to getting Great Britain? I could have done it about 100 years ago. I just find it much more hilarious that Scotland's taking over the world. Like, Great Britain does it every other game, but Scotland? No, you never see that. Oh, look at that! I can repay a loan! Do it! I'll extend the others, though. Oh man, 19% over inflation. Ah! Trade 33. I'm making money. Castile has rivaled me. Oh, so you want me to take your Canadian colonies from you? That can be arranged. Should do a Granada game. Maybe. Growth of the perfume industry. A growing merchant class as well as increasingly demanding social code amongst the nobility and the upper classes has led to an increased demand for perfume. The halls of the grand palaces are now expected to have a likeable scent as well as majestic decor. This has led to a surge in demand for products such as frankincense, myrrh, and other scented products for the making of perfume. In Ferrara, the refinement of local flowers and foreign scented goods have even grown into a major industry of itself. So incense has gone up. Oh wow, Ferrara lost a naval equipment manufactory. Oh, but they gained a trade station. Okay, so it's just switched. Fair enough. I was like, damn, that's harsh. You guys... Ah, you're finally fighting each other. Sligo lost. Bohemia's gone after Austria. Man, Austria really is the whipping boy of Europe now. Embezzler, yearly corruption. God damn it, Robert. Or at least you have 2 positive traits. The air is pretty decent. I mean, you could abdicate. No, that would cost prestige. Never mind. Yes, Castile want you to take Canada from them. They just want to help me expand. Oh, were that it was so. Poland is no longer a valid rival. Poland has been kind of gobbled up by Lithuania? Too few rivals. I think Castile makes incredible sense. And this is actually gonna... Ooh. Ooh. You know what? Ooh. I'm going to break my not building anything for a while. Promise. Because I can embargo Castile. They have a large chunk of the Caribbean right now. I embargo Castile. Castile loses their power over there. I gain it. I can then direct trade towards Scotland and earn more money. So this is actually a good time. What was I doing? Oh yeah, embargo. I need a diplomat. Should probably have stopped improving relations with France. That would have been much quicker. Castile doesn't like poutine. Aha! Second merchant. Just in time. Perfection. Also, plus 10 national tax modifier, which also helps. More money! Glorious. Right, he's arrived. You can go ahead and issue an embargo. Good. Then when those ships are built, we'll go and send them over to the Caribbean. Then you can come back and continue spy networking over here. Portugal, royal marriage just ended. Hopefully they send me one. Castile have blocked me as well. Still just rule Britannia. Just checking that no others have unlocked somehow. And there it is, royal marriage from Portugal. Yeah, you want to keep me sweet, don't you? Are you... Actually, no, you stopped. Why have you stopped? Were you just standing there for ages? Grrr. I was like, I'm sure you have not moved for quite a long time. Why not? Get moving. Falsus diamonds in Toitsund. Our explorer sent us gems he claims to have found in Totsund, white and glittering. He believes them to be diamond, but our learned scholars tell us they are quite common quartz instead. From a source of wealth, they've become a source of ridicule. Ugh. So not only were you being lazy, you then send me fake goods. Great. Yeah, that's going to do nicely. France has ended, but that will be refreshed, I'm sure. Hixunt Draconis. The paint on the great rock that dominates the river is almost faded, but the six-legged monster it displays is still visible. Our natives tell us fanciful tales of a dragon-like monster slain by their ancestors, but some of them confusedly insist the painting to be a warning that we should not head further. What is certain is that our native guides insist on discharging their weapons at the painting figure as we pass by it. They'll support the war on the beast. Shoot it! Ottomans are forced to give money. 940 ducats as well. Ottomans end of internal conflicts. St. Thomas is done. So that's all of those islands. Are you still part of the Caribbean? I think you are. Yes, you are. Or we could start taking over like Havana and Cuba. I think we're going to start taking over Havana and Cuba. Marvellous! Now, the annoying thing about losing this is we will lose 20% of our trade power. CB on France. I need to take Quiche out before France does. So I think it is almost time for us to go on a war footing once more. Let's bring you home. I need the troops down here. Okay, so these ships are all done. Let's have you merge up over here. Group. I built 6 of you, I meant to build 5. Protect trade in the Caribbean. Off you go. And then the merchant, transfer trade. Off you go. Foreign trade competition rises. Trade was heavily regulated during this era, but despite this, the markets were not fixed. At times, merchants would try to enter new markets to buy or sell goods. Merchants facing these conditions would usually demand new or higher tariffs to stop their competition. Why would you not do this? It's loyalty, it's not influence. Yeah. That's a ridiculous event. What is my mercantilism now? 29%. I'm getting 52% increased provincial trade. How many loans do we have? I think it's like 20. 19. Less than I thought! Yay! Right, I think we need to start shifting our forces in the direction of fighting. So first of all, army maintenance. Oh, with full army maintenance we're still making money. Get in. Those who handle large sums of money have always been tempted to claim more than their share of it, and tax collectors are no exception. However, while money getting lost along the way may be a price we can afford to pay, affluent citizens have now found that they can avoid some taxes altogether by paying large bribes to taxmen instead. Currently, this seems to be a scheme supported by some of the older collectors trying to retire comfortably. I'll lose the admin because I don't want to lose the money. And with that, I'm going to have to end this stream, I'm afraid. So thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button so we can get notifications of when I'm live in the future. If you've really enjoyed this, then do consider subscribing. It does help the channel out. And let's continue doing this. If you want to support the channel in other ways, check out my Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/MordredViking. I do have a YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking. That is where I'm uploading this series. There are many other series like it: Crusader Kings, Hearts of Iron, RimWorld, Mordheim, Total War Warhammer, etc. Lots of stuff. And other EU4, of course. Finally, I have a Discord, which you can find at this link here. That's where I tend to announce what I am streaming, when I am streaming, that kind of information. Let's see who else is streaming this, whoops, right now. Bear with me just a second, we'll pop along and say hello.